We are going to see about digestion of food. Okay. So here digestion is generally both mechanical and chemical process. Okay. So here it starts in the buccal cavity. Okay. The digestion of food starts in the buccal cavity, where mastification of food. Mastification is nothing but the mixing of food, and it facilitates swallowing also. Okay. So this saliva acts on food particles and it masticates the food particles into a bolus. Okay. So this bolus is travelled through esophagus. Okay, by muscular contractions. These muscles
Peristaltic movement.
So this is known as peristalsis. The movement is known as peristalsis. The muscular contractions is known as peristalsis. Okay. So this saliva consists of sodium ion, potassium, chlorine, and hydrogen carbonate. Okay. So these electrolytes consist of saliva and enzymes. Enzymes also present in saliva, salivary amylase and lysozyme. So these all constitute saliva. Okay. And the chemical process of digestion. Okay. The chemical process of digestion is initiated in the oral cavity. Okay. By carbohydrate splitting enzyme called salivary amylase, which is a part of saliva. So it splits carbohydrate. This only acts. This acts on food and initiates chemical process of digestion. Okay. So what does this salivary amylase do? These salivary amylase, it hydrolyzes 30% of starch which is present in the which is present in our food. Starch is nothing but carbohydrate. So it hydrolyzes 30% of carbohydrate in the food, okay, in the buccal cavity itself, and it transforms into disaccharide called maltose. Okay, disaccharide is sugar made up of 2 units, and it converts it into maltose. Okay, so this lysozyme, which is present here, it is also constituted saliva. So lysozyme in saliva is antibacterial. It acts as an antibacterial agent and prevents infections. Okay. So next we will see the enzymes which are present in the stomach and duodenum. Okay. Now we are going to see about. So first we saw about saliva. So now we are going to see about enzymes which is released by the stomach. Okay. So here mucosa, which we have already seen, the inner layer of the stomach. It secretes gastric glands. It has many gastric glands. So this gastric glands is composed of 3 types of cells. Only in stomach, okay, not in intestine, only in stomach. It has 3 types of cells, okay. So the first one is mucous neck cells, peptic or chief cells, parietal or oxalic cells, okay. So here this mucous neck cells secrete mucus, okay. And this peptic or chief cells, they secrete proenzyme pepsinogen. Okay. And the parietal or oxalic cells, they secrete hydrochloric acid and intrinsic factor. So this intrinsic factor helps us to digest vitamin B12. Okay. So these are the 3 cells which are present in these gastric glands: mucous neck cells, peptic or chief cells, and parietal or oxalic cells. Okay. So stomach stores food for about 4 to 5 hours. Okay. So this in this time period, the food which is present in the stomach, it thoroughly mixes with these gastric juice. Okay, and it forms a bolus called chyme. So the food which is stored in the stomach is called as chyme. Okay, after mixed with this gastric juice. So here the proenzyme pepsinogen, which is secreted by peptic or chief cells. So when these proenzyme pepsinogen, when they react with HCl, hydrochloric acid, this proenzyme pepsinogen will become active pepsin. Before that, it will not be active. Okay, it will be proenzyme pepsinogen will be in an immature state. Okay, so after reacting with hydrochloric acid, it becomes active pepsin. Okay. So this pepsin is a proteolytic enzyme of stomach. It converts proteoses into peptones. Okay, peptones are nothing but the peptides, amino acids. Okay. So here the mucus and bicarbonates which is secreted by gastric glands, mucus and bicarbonates, they help in the lubrication of mucosa, okay, and they protect from HCl. So this hydrochloric acid provides acidic pH in the stomach. So these mucus and bicarbonate, they protect the mucosa from this HCl by corroding them and everything. This HCl will corrode the mucosa. So these will help in protection of mucosa. Okay. So and there are some renin which is produced by these gastric glands and it is secreted in the stomach. So these renin are present in the infants. Okay, this is also a proteolytic enzyme. So these are present in the infants. Okay, infants are nothing but the small babies and small babies. So it helps them to digestion of food proteins, digestion of milk proteins actually. Okay, so it will be present only in infants, this renin. Okay, so it digests milk proteins. Okay, and there are other substances called lipases which is also secreted by gastric juice. Okay. So next we will see about the pancreatic enzymes. So now we have seen about the enzymes present in stomach. So next we will see about the pancreatic enzymes. We are going to see about the enzymes which are secreted by intestine, okay, and pancreatic juice. So everything we are going to see. So here bile and pancreatic juice and intestinal juice. Okay, so these bile, pancreatic juice and intestinal juice. So these are secretions released into small intestine. Okay, in small intestine bile is released, pancreatic juice is released to hepatopancreatic duct. These both are released to hepatopancreatic duct, and the intestinal juice is secreted by intestine. So these three are released into small intestine. Okay, so here pancreatic juice, it contains inactive enzymes. Okay, so these are the inactive enzymes: trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, procarboxypeptidases, amylases, lipases and nucleases. So these all are inactive stage. Okay. So now this trypsinogen, okay, it is activated by the enzyme enterokinase, okay, which is also secreted by intestinal mucosa. So this trypsinogen, it is activated by enterokinase and forms active trypsin. Okay. So this active trypsin activates the other enzymes in the pancreatic juice. Okay. So therefore, like this only it is activated, pancreatic juice. Okay. So here and bile. So next one is bile. So this bile has pigments bilirubin and biliverdin. Okay. And it contains bile salts, cholesterol and phospholipids, but it contains no enzymes. Okay. So this bile activates lipases, okay, and breaks down fats. So this bile breaks fats and it makes a small micelles, okay, small spherical structures called micelles. Okay, these fats are present in the micelles form. Okay, these fats when activated with bile, they form like this. So these substances are known as micelles. Okay, and then the intestinal mucosa in intestine. We have seen about bile, pancreatic juice. Now we are going to see about intestinal juice. So intestinal mucosal epithelium, the intestinal mucosa have some goblet cells, okay, which secrete mucus. Okay. So whereas in stomach it had gastric glands. Okay. In gastric glands secrete mucus in stomach, but here goblet cells secrete mucus in the intestine. Okay. So now we will see the intestinal juices and how it is reacted with food and everything. Okay. We are going to see about the secretions of mucus or goblet cells. Okay. Secretions of intestine. Okay. So here intestine, we have already seen that goblet cells produce mucus. Okay, and it lubricates the intestine. So here secretions of mucosa, which are present as foldings in the intestine, and the goblet cells which are present in the intestine. So these both together form succus centricus. It is a juice, succus centricus, okay, intestinal juice. So it contains various enzymes, okay, like disaccharides, dipeptases, lipases, nucleosidases and etc. Okay. So here what these enzymes do altogether. pancreatic juice and these goblet subcutaneous all together, they perform digestion in the food. Okay, so they break down substances. So we will be seeing what it is broken down. Okay, so here proteins, peptones and proteases. So these three are when it reacts with trypsin or chymotrypsin and procarboxypeptidases, it forms dipeptides. Okay. And dipeptides, when reacting with enzyme dipeptidases, it forms amino acids. Okay. And then polysaccharides, when it reacts with amylases, it forms disaccharides. So amylases which are present in the salivary amylase. So we have already seen that it digests 30% of carbohydrates. So it forms disaccharides, maltose. Okay. So and then fats, when it reacts with lipases, it forms diglycerides. Okay. And diglycerides forms monoglycerides. And monoglycerides again reacts with lipases and forms fatty acids plus glycerol. Okay. So these lipases are activated by bile juice. Okay. So and then nucleic acids which are present in the food. These all are present in food. Okay. So it is broken down into simpler substances. So nucleic acids, when react with nucleases, it forms nucleotides. Nucleotides, when reacted with nucleotidases, it forms nucleosides. Nucleosides, in the presence of nucleosidases, it forms sugars plus bases. Okay. So and then all these functions are under neural and hormonal control. Okay. So and these secretions of various cells. Okay. It is stimulated by neural signals. Okay, from the central nervous system. Okay. So next we will see about absorption of food. Third topic. Now we are going to see absorption of digested food. Okay. So here absorption occurs in various regions, starting from mouth and mouth, stomach, small intestine, large intestine and everything. So here in mouth, certain drugs are absorbed, and in stomach, water, simple sugars and alcohols, these are absorbed. In small intestine, most of the nutrients. So the main absorption takes place in small intestine. So nutrients are absorbed, and digestion is generally completed here. So the food particles which is broken down is also absorbed here: glucose, fructose, fatty acids, glycerol and amino acids. So these are absorbed through mucosa, which is present in the small intestine, into the bloodstream. Okay, and the lymph. Okay. So in large intestine, water, some minerals and drugs are absorbed in large intestine. Okay. So here, when coming to fatty acids and glycerol, these are insoluble in water. Okay. And cannot be absorbed directly into blood by mucosa. So these fatty acids, they need to form small droplets known as micelles. So these micelles again reform into very small protein-coated fat globules. So protein is water soluble. So when it is coated with protein, it is soluble. Okay, called chylomicrons. Protein-coated fat globules. Okay. So these chylomicrons are transported to lymph vessels present in villi. Okay, villi in the small intestine. So this is how fatty acids and glycerol are absorbed into the bloodstream. Okay. So fatty acids and glycerol cannot be directly absorbed by villi. So in the form of chylomicrons only it can be transported. Okay. So next we will see about so these substances they reach the large intestine, and the process of releasing the feces outside is known as defecation. Okay, it is a voluntary process due to peristaltic movement. Okay. So next we will see about the disorders of digestive system. We are going to discuss about disorders of digestive system. Okay. So here there are 5 disorders. Generally we are going to see what are the disorders. So here first one is jaundice. So it is caused by the affection of liver. Okay. So the liver is affected here. So therefore the skin, eyes turn yellow because of the pigment which is present in liver, in bile, called bilirubin and bilirubin. gives yellow color to the bile. Okay. So because of the affected part of the liver, the skin and eyes turn yellow due to the deposition of bile pigments. Okay. And the second one is vomiting. So vomiting is an ejection of stomach contents. So what are the food present in the stomach? The ejection of those through mouth. Okay, it is known as vomiting, and it is controlled by vomit center in brain. Okay, medulla is the center of vomit, which is present in the brain. So here, and the third one is diarrhea. So it is increased liquidity of fecal discharge. It is known as diarrhea. It reduces absorption of food. Okay. And in constipation, the feces are retained within the rectum. Okay. Due to irregular bowel movements. Bowel movements are nothing but the peristaltic movements. So because it is irregular, it is retained in the rectum itself. And then the fifth one is indigestion. Okay. So here food is not digested properly. Okay. Because it can be of inadequate enzyme secretion or food poisoning, overeating and spicy food. Okay. So because of these conditions, indigestion can occur. Okay. So these are the general disorders of digestive system. Okay. With this the chapter ends.
Okay. Thank you for watching.
Please subscribe.
If you like this video, share. Thank you.
Thank you.
Preetika and you,